Hello, Henuel here. Welcome back to another round of gaming, and today we'll continue the adventures of Henuel's Marauders in Battletech in the new recap style. This time around I will recap 3 missions again, as the action or the end is fitting. So mission 34, we begin with mission 34 for Clan Ghostbear against the Pirates. 9 Chevron Urban Battle. As the repairs from last missions were minimal, we could squeeze in another mission before month's end, and as we are up against the pirates, I go for the middle group with 2 peaks and 9 total salvage and 1.3 million credits. We start the mission with the usual setup, but with a few minor updates from last episode. A quick recap of the updates: the Hunchback now has 2 clan large pulse lasers and AC-10. The Centurion D3D has a downgrade due to the circumstances from last episode's mission, and now has an Intersphere ER PPC and 1 less heatsink. The Chameleon still has the same armament, but now has a battle computer, heat included, and the Wolverine had the medium variable speed laser replaced by an Clan Nether M10 and a Beagle active probe. Other than that, we start. After we drop in, we see our enemy, and I was a bit shocked at what we found. An enemy king crab. Yeah, you heard that right, a 100-ton mech just chilling about for the pirates. Lucky for us, it's a 0 variant, the oldest of the old primitive ones. But 100 tons with old weapons can still blast you away. With him were a Champion 1 and 2, a Blackjack 1B, and the Pirate Light Carrier. But that was just the main lance. It had a support lance with it, an MTR Carrier Mark II, a Hetzer MTR, a Phoenix 1R, and a Brutus ATB 75L off screen, way off in the back of the city. We sent everyone to the left to deal with the assault mech ASAP. Only Stinger in the trap and Ternivore in the Centurion D3D were sent to the right. The plan for them was to hold the enemy support lance at range and maybe take out one, whilst the main force kills the pirate lance and then swings around. The crew follows the plan to a T. Everyone shoots at the king crab. Luckily the crab is slow and we have a good target number. Jelly Roll has the first volley, followed by Hannibal's Clint, and then Knight's Shadow Hawk, who opened up the center torso. Halfway done. Lone Eagle's Chameleon followed it up with an internal gyro crit, bringing the crab to a fall. The enemy's first hit came right after that from the Blackjack and hit our Wolverine for some minor damage. But it wouldn't save the crab, as we came in with our ferret and hit an ammo explosion ending and an engine destruction. 1 enemy down after 5 shots and a few more shots left for the next target, the Champion at the bottom of the ramp. Sunshine and Tapper both did some damage to him.
Pedal to the metal.
And we continued the barrage on the next turn and did a good amount of damage, but the Champion ate a lot of our damage.
Acknowledged. Copy that.
The ferret opened him up more, but he refused to fall and go down or even panic.
I got a beat on him.
Lone Eagle finally got him.
Locking in all weapon systems. No retreat.
The Blackjack and the Light Carrier died quickly after.
On target. Got a beat on him.
All weapons are go.
The only mechs of ours getting damage were the 2 in the right. Haven't told you what they did so far. Well, they held the long road and traded long range shots with the enemy. By round 5 we still had not killed one of the second lands, but our mechs ate a lot of mortar fire, bringing the trebuchet dangerously close. Here's the shortcut of that exchange.
Firing all weapons. I'm wounded.
Stinger finally took out one of the vehicles. After a few more exchanges, Taniwa got the other MTR carrier. 2 enemies left, the Phoenix and the Brutus. The Phoenix went down to our main force and got obliterated, with Tepper taking the finishing blow, and the Brutus took cover behind buildings on the opposite end of the map, but we got to him in the end.
Take that, bastard.
After cost, we made 1.2 million credits. As for damage, we only had a real damage on the Trebuchet and the Centurion D3D. As for salvage, after having a look through this option, I went with 2 parts of the King Crab. From random salvage we got another part of Crab, making it 3 of 5, 2 more and we have an assault mech. We also got a part of the Champion and 1 of the carriers, as well as 2 medium lasers, a PPC and some MTR ammo. The repairs were minor. In the shop we bought a clan medium pulse laser and a small one. Both were put directly into the Chameleon, giving it a better heat management and more tonnage for armor. We also trained some of the pilots, especially Glass. We gave him Bandit for the cluster hit chance and tactics to replace Stinger until he is back. For our next mission, we helped the Dracos defend the base against Clan Ghostbear with the difficulty of 10 chevrons. We went full salvage on that one, 5 picks and 23 in total. Payment would be minor. I hope to get a loot from this mission. Once we dropped in and moved, we found the enemy Vanguard. Weirdly enough, it seemed like a Salama backline unit with SLDF mechs. Why would a Clan Lance have 3 Phoenix Hawks 1B, the Royal variant, a Greater Worm 1 and a Vibrant 5NB? That's a weird combination of a Lance or of a Star. We were in a good position to take them out without moving much, so we started blasting. Right away we got one of the Phoenix Hawks, but it took us 5 shots to get a punch out.
Everything I've got. Tell me what to shoot.
Out. Now, let's see how you handle this. Score.
Then we continued on the Worm 1, which had its back to us, punching through the back and getting a fall.
Putting one in the back. Talk.
And a few hits later, he was gone. 2 down.
Firing on target.
You heard what the enemy was doing? Not much. Here's an example. A round later, we forced the punch out of a Phoenix Hawk. With another shot at the Wyvern, I saw something I didn't notice before. The kill of the Wyvern would spawn a battle armor pack, or they would leave, which they did and latched onto our ferret. But we killed the Wyvern. This round, the reinforcements came in. Star 1 had a Mad Dog A, a Shadowhawk 2 HB, a Conjurer 7, a Fireworm Vanguard, and a Bandit HVC C1. And the third star, in way off in the distance, had a Hunchback 2C, a Hunchback 2C XW, a Stormcrow D, a Nova A, and a Conjurer 7 as well. We wouldn't kill all of that in the remaining rounds, but I wanted to take down 2 or 1 of the clan mechs for parts, salvage, or if lucky, 1 full mech.
In motion,
Ideally,
Commander.
we would target
Guns
the
on
Mad
target.
Dog.
Got a beat on
After dealing with the last Phoenix Hawk 1B and the battle
Take
armor,
that,
we fully committed
bastard.
on the other side of the ridge to fire at the approaching enemy. But until that happened, we split some of the shots. We finished the Vanguards in round 9 with an allied artillery strike. In fact, the position on top of the hill was so strong that we could long range shoot the enemy and they were not even close to getting the destruction done. Especially since the third star focused on one of the defensive turrets. The initial exchange was rather low damage wise. Neither side got good hits in. But slowly we got the upper hand with a few better hits, like this one on the Conjurer 7 and the Fireworm.
Aye, aye.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get the kill on the Fireworm directly after that, instead just opening him up further and missing completely. Twice. Giving him a chance to fire back once more before they're getting downed and doing some damage to us. Our allied turret finally finished him off. In the grand total of the fight, this was the worst we've got. So overall damage was minimal, as you can guess from the limited hits I have shown you so far. After that we focused on the Conjurer and the Mad Dog. I purposely avoided the Shadowhawk and the vehicle to not fill up the salvage pool with non-clan stuff. The Conjurer died by a hit from Jelly Rose Wolverine. And with 2.5 rounds left, at this point we focused on the Mad Dog. I wanted at least to bring him down.
Copy that.
After 6 hits and Stinger's last missile barrage, its pilot was panicking and the CT was wide open.
Locked on.
Let's hope we don't hit the CT, otherwise there will be no Mad Dog salvage, other than
Critical
equipment.
hit.
Again, it is Jelly Roll giving us the kill. He even managed to not core the Mad Dog and forced a punch out, the optimal result. We also started taking some pot shots at the Hunchback 2Cs. And even got one to fall.
On it.
Of course we wouldn't down them as the timer ran out and we won. Also, if you wanted to see what damage the enemy did, then here's another representation for that prowess. Now we know why the first Vanguard Lance was so clan mechless. This definitely is a Salama unit, if even that. Well, now watch me probably eat my words in another pirate or ghost bear mission. Anyway, off to the payment and salvage. After cost, we net 300,000 credits. Receiving damage was minor for a fight against the clans. The salvage is where it's at. Lots of nice stuff here, like a clan ER PPC, clan Endo Steel, and other nice things. But my wish came partially true. The Mad Dog was here for full salvage, including all its weapons. What a prize! But we needed a pick and 24 total, so we were missing just one salvage option. What a bummer. This would have been a total Mad Dog with all the weapons, all equipment. In the end, I decided to dismantle all, as I didn't want to take any of the other mechs or vehicle, and I picked the 5 vulture parts available straight up, giving us our first heavy. The random gods were with us too, as they bestowed upon our mercs a monster haul of salvage. We gladly take the additional mech parts, but the equipment is the real win here. We get the Clan ER PPC and the Inner Sphere one, the Clan Large Pulse Laser, an LBX5 clan, and a stack of 4 SRM6 clan versions, plus 2 Streak SRM4 clan, a stack of 4 Endo Steel clan, and a clan heatsink kit. Basically, we got all the Eternals of the Vulture, but not as a whole package. Which is also a problem, as we need to pay lots of credits to put it back together, but I gladly play that and the haul. Overall, need to pay 90,000 credits for a Mechs, basically nothing. The cost was in a Mad Dog refit. Re-readied it and then filled it up with what we had. 1 Clan ER PPC, 2 Streak SRM4 clan, and a Thunderbolt 15 with 4 rockets. For a total of around 1 million credits due to the high cost of the center torso replacement. The Chameleon also got a minor upgrade. Again, 1 large clan pulse laser was put in and some medium pulse lasers went out, and after the repairs we had a funds left of 600,000 credits. During the downtime we also traveled to the system Spittal to have access to another clan store. After the travel, we were down to 330,000 credits and 2 days left on the timer. Travel time would be enough to do another mission before month's end. So for mission 36, we went with a blackout mission for Clan Ghost Bear against the pirates with 7 chevrons difficulty. We go for 1.4 million credits and minor salvage of 1 and 7. We can only bring 6 units, so we bring Taniba and the Saturnian D3D, Hannibal and the new Mad Dog A, Glass and the Trebuchet, Lone Eagle and the Chameleon, Henuel and the Ferret, and Jelly Roll and the Wolverine. We dropped in and moved quickly to the first waypoint, and upon entering we activated a trap and 4 turrets popped up. No problem for us, we killed 3 in 1 turn.
Is it already?
And the 4th died a round later after shooting our Trebuchet.
Guns on target.
From here we moved to the second waypoint on the back of the map. Once we activated it, we were tasked to defend the base against lands of vehicles with a Yellow Jacket 58, a Bradford M2A, IFA, a Bulldog BMT AC2 and a Xancudo MTB. Our shot chances in the first rounds were miserable, as is common with a spawn debuff. The enemy of course had no such issue against buildings, so they started firing, with the Yellow Jacket destroying one of the buildings outright. And the second building nearly dying in round 12. We actually didn't really hit something good, so to round 13 we go and we continue to miss shots with low chances, with Bradford killing the second of 3 buildings. This loop continued. We miss or do minimal damage, and the enemy hits the buildings. And here is the uncut ending to the mission. Yes, we lost the mission due to the enemy focusing down the buildings quickly with me missing. First mission lost for me ever. We still got a minor payout due to the successful first step. Still only 186k and minimal damage and minor salvage. This is a problem for us, as we now have a mandatory downtime for our pilots and the month's end is here. And we can't start a next mission due to not having enough pilots. We are around 700,000 credits under the threshold needed for month's end. So we have to sell some surplus equipment. I sold the Javelin one for 130,000 credits, and as well as a prototype heatsink kit for 420,000 credits, getting us over the monthly cost. And after the monthly tick, we stand at a paltry 15,000 credits. And that is it for this episode. We are up a heavy mech, but down on credits with a lost mission behind us. Next episode we have to dig us out of this credit hole. So thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you next week with the Marauders. See ya!